or Windows Server operating system. And here is the agenda. So before we're going to talk about the installation, we should understand some basic concepts, which is what is PowerShell and what is PowerCLI and what are the supported operating systems for PowerCLI version 12.7, and then we'll install the PowerCLI on one of the client operating system, and what are all the supported VMware products for PowerCLI version 12.7. Okay, these 5 questions we can discuss. And before going to discuss, in our previous PowerCLI, VMware PowerCLI logo is looks like this. That means it's a consist of command line interface icon, including with VMware logos. That is the PowerCLI previous logo. But recently, the logo is updated with new logo. Still the command line interface, but they changed the symbol to vSphere symbol to they changed it to cloud symbol. Reason is now the PowerCLI latest version is enhanced with cloud functionality also. We can able to access the VMware cloud access like a VMware cloud on AWS. Also we can access using VMware PowerCLI. Okay, that's the reason they changed some icons because it have a cloud accessible capabilities. Now let's start with the first point. So Windows PowerShell logo also, even if you see the logo, PowerShell shell means it's like a command prompt. See the logo also looks like a command line icon only, similar to the PowerCLI icon. But before going to talk about PowerCLI, we need to understand the PowerShell also. So PowerShell is a cross-platform task automation solution made up of command line shell, a scripting language, and a configuration management framework. Okay, and PowerShell runs on Windows Flavor operating systems, Linux OS, and Macintosh operating system. Wherever you want, you can run the PowerShell. And PowerCLI runs on top of the PowerShell. That means uh, even if you want to use the PowerCLI, it will run directly on a PowerShell only. So minimum requirement is we should have PowerShell first, then only we can run the PowerCLI, and uses the PowerShell's basic syntax and concepts. And the extensible nature of PowerShell has enabled an ecosystem of PowerShell modules to deploy and manage almost any technology we work with. That means PowerShell can be utilized on our Microsoft products as well as third-party products. For example, for Microsoft, this PowerShell, you can run it in Microsoft Azure Cloud. We can run it on Windows client operating system and server operating system, and even to access the enterprise applications like Exchange and SQL, Microsoft SQL database also we can access using PowerShell. And not only limited to the VMware products, even if you want to access the third-party tools like VMware products, we can access using PowerShell, and we can also connect it to the public cloud, AWS cloud, and also the Google cloud. Okay, so this is the importance of PowerShell. Now let's talk about PowerCLI because PowerCLI runs on top of PowerShell. So PowerCLI is also a command line interface for managing and automating all aspects of vSphere management, including networking and storage, virtual machines, guest OS, and more. Whatever the components available in our vCenter server, all components can be managed and also the automate using PowerCLI. And PowerCLI functions as a collection of PowerShell modules. That means if you want to run a PowerShell, we require a modules. So PowerShell module that contain more than 800 commandlets. That means commands to manage VMware infrastructure. Okay, this is the key point. As I mentioned, the prerequisites for the PowerCLI is we must and should have a PowerShell version, minimally 5.1 version or later versions. Okay, even in our client, Windows client or Windows Server OS or Linux or Macintosh operating systems, if you have a PowerShell version minimally 5.1 or later edition, then you can easily run the PowerCLI also. Okay. Now, let's talk about what are the supported operating systems per PowerCLI version 12.7. So PowerCLI 12.7 is supported for Windows operating system, Linux operating system and Macintosh operating system. Even Mac OS also we can run the PowerCLI. Now it's the time to discuss how to install PowerCLI version 12.7 on client OS. But before going to install, let's understand the prerequisites. That means what is the pre-requirements before installing PowerCLI is we have to verify that our system is connected to internet. Okay, and PowerShell is installed by default with client OS or server OS, and PowerShell version should be 5.1 or later is required to run PowerCLI commands. And here one key thing is, suppose sometimes some of the customers data centers may have dark sites. Dark sites means there will be no internet connection. So during that scenario, what we can do is PowerCLI we can also install on our Windows, Linux or Macintosh using offline method. So that point I highlighted here. So we can install PowerCLI directly from Windows PowerShell from the PowerShell gallery with the online method, or we can install another method is offline method. So first we can talk about online method, then I will explain you the offline method. And execute the command below to install VMware PowerCLI. So the command is direct straight away command. We need to use the command is install hyphen module space hyphen name. Our we are planning to install PowerCLI. So we need to enter the same name VMware dot PowerCLI. This is the only the command. So this command will help us to install the PowerCLI. And but the condition is we must have a internet connection. And suppose if you want to install the PowerCLI on Linux and Macintosh operating system, before installing, first we must install PowerShell first, and then on top of the PowerShell, we can install the PowerCLI. But the command for Linux and Macintosh also, the command is still the same. Okay. Now quickly connect to our lab system and we can install the PowerCLI. So let's connect it to our lab system. And here, if you want to install the PowerCLI, first we can download from internet. So type in the Google VMware PowerCLI download. So when we type VMware PowerCLI download in the internet, you will find the direct link from the official VMware website. So code.vmware.com, and it will redirect it to the VMware developers website. So currently redirecting is in progress. So now once we connect to VMware PowerShell website, you can see current version is 12.7. So if you see the previous versions, we have the VMware PowerShell versions 6.5.12 until the latest version 12.7. Okay, so when you select the latest version, you can see the download options. See, we have two downloads, PowerCLI 12.7 one method. The first one is specifically for the online method, and for the offline installation, we have to download this bundle. So this bundle size is approximately 101 MB. So once we download this one, that one we can copy to the local system, specifically to the modules folder. For example, if you go to the C drive program files, when you go to C drive program files, there is a folder called Windows PowerShell. When we select the Windows PowerShell, we can verify there is a two folders, configuration and modules. When we click on modules, you can see there is some existing modules. These modules mostly related to the Microsoft PowerShell and package management and PowerShell Gate, PS read line, all are related to the PowerShell modules only. But if there are any VMware modules, we can copy it here during the offline method. But for online method, when we install it, all the modules will come to this folder. Okay, so before installing, we are verifying there is no VMware modules now. Now I am going to install using online method so that all VMware modules will come to this folder. This folder path is, I repeat, C drive, program files, Windows, PowerShell, and the subfolder is modules folder. Okay, so let me minimize, and when you click on PowerCLI, click on download, it will redirect it to the command page. So currently this page is showing us VMware PowerCLI. The Windows PowerCLI module contains VMware PowerCLI. And installation option, see, we install module, you can just copy this command and run it in a PowerShell. That is the first option. And even if you want to install on Azure also, we have a deploy to Azure automation. And even if you want to download manually, you can click on manual download option and install. Okay, so now we are going with a online method. So just copy the command. So right side you can click on copy icon. So now it is copied, and log into the PowerShell. When you type in the search when you type PowerShell, you can see Windows PowerShell app and select run as administrator. That is one method. And another method is you can also use Windows PowerShell ISE. ISE means it's like a integrated script environment. So either you can use integrated script environment or you can use normal PowerShell terminal. So any method you can use. Just for our easy quick understanding without typing the commands, if you want to use instead of basic one, you can use integrated script environment. Just click select this one and open. This is one method. Or else recommendation from VMware is before installing the PowerShell, better to select run as administrator. So right click the PowerShell ISE, select run as administrator. Okay, that is the recommendation. So when you select this one before installing, as per our pre-requirement, we need to verify whether our PowerShell version is 5.1 minimally or not. So you can type PS version table. When you type PS version, you will get automatic command here. Okay, that is the importance of integrated script environment. So here we can utilize this command actually. So no need to type a complete command. It will automatically show. Even in the right side, you can see all the commands are available. Okay, so now I'm just primary command. First I'm checking PowerShell version table. That means it will give our PowerShell version information. Currently our version information is 5.1. Okay, now I already copied the command from the VMware PowerCLI website. So just paste the command here. Once you paste it, see install module name vmware.powercli. Now press enter. It will start installing the PowerCLI. It will get download all the modules from the VMware website. Okay, so these modules we can verify later from the C drive program files, Windows PowerShell and module, whether the modules are downloaded or not. Okay, so now click on enter. When you press enter, it will trying to get the information. See, PowerShell get requires all these versions and all. We should just press yes, so that see you can see the path will be directly downloading to the our system default folders. Okay, now click on yes. When you click on yes, when you see in the top the downloading, this is completed. Okay, so but it may take a while to complete all the modules download. And it is also showing another option, untrusted repository. You are installing the modules from an untrusted repository. If you trust this repository, so we have to trust this repository. So we can click on, instead of submitting for each option yes, I am just selecting as yes to all. So all modules will download one by one. And in the meantime, we'll also open the modules folder and we'll try to refresh and see whether there are any new folders are coming or not. Refresh, refresh. Maybe it may take a while. Normally, if your internet is fast, it will download it bit quickly. Uh, okay, based on our internet speed, it will download it. So it may take a while to complete all the modules download. And even the modules information, even in the right side tab, there are modules all. If you select drop down menu, you can see what is available modules, and if you scroll down, it's completely in a alphabetical order. We can look for a VMware modules. If you see here, currently there is no VMware modules yet, so it may take a while to complete all the modules download. So in the meantime, with interest of our time, I will back to the slide. I will explain the some other points. So as per our slide description, I just run this command install -module space -name vmware.powercli. And this point also we discussed. Even if you want to install on Linux and Mac OSs, we must install PowerShell first. Okay. Now let's talk about some basic PowerCLI commands. See, just now I run the command PowerShell version table, and even once we PowerCLI is installed, to verify the PowerCLI version, command is get hyphen PowerCLI version. Okay, and to verify all your PowerCLI modules, to run the command get hyphen module. It will shows all the module information. But if you with the all modules, it's difficult to find out specific VMware module. So that time you can run find hyphen module space hyphen name. We can run our VMware PowerCLI module name so that it will find. Even another example, not only specific VMware PowerShell, you want to verify other VMware modules. I just given another example, find hyphen module hyphen name, and we can verify other module like a VMware image builder. This module also we can find, verify. Okay, and another one, sometimes if you want to run any of the PowerCLI scripts, most of the time the scripts are by default in a restricted mode. If you want to allow, we need to run this command. So this command is like a set hyphen execution policy space hyphen execution policy all signed. That means we are making a trusted signing for all the certificates. Okay, all the authentication of scripts running we are giving authorization to run all PowerCLI scripts. Okay, and like this, we have plenty of PowerCLI commands. Even to verify PowerCLI commands, again, let me back to our lab system. I will show you how we can get the PowerCLI commands. See, if you see in the top, there are some, see, installing package vmware.powercli also showing the status is completed. Now let's refresh and see the right side all tab. You can see either VMware tabs or VMware modules are installed or not. When I scroll down, still the VMware modules are in progress. Okay. And go to the modules folder. When I go to the module folder, if you see there are VMware modules are downloaded. Okay, so just we may wait for a few more minutes. It will finish all the information so that that command will change it to the next command. We need to wait until that moment. Okay, in the meantime, I will show you from the VMware website. If I go back to the previous download page, we can see VMware PowerCLI user guide. From the user guide, you can see all the VMware PowerCLI commandlets or commands information. So in this download page, if you just scroll down here, you can see PowerCLI users guide. So using this users guide, you will get all the PowerCLI commands information. Okay, so when you have a spare time, you can just go through this PDF, and in the later sessions, any of the basic important concepts, I will cover it in the later sessions. Okay, so now let's back to the slide in the meantime, because it's still going on. In the meantime, I will explain you the some other points. Now going back to the this point is clear. PowerCLI commands. I just shown you a few basic commands, and all the other commands you can find it from the user guide, PowerCLI user guide. Now move on to the next slide. This point is, what are all the supported VMware products for PowerCLI 12.7? And VMware PowerCLI is a command line and scripting tool built on Windows PowerShell and provides more than 800 commandlets specifically for managing and automating the following VMware products. But we are already aware that this PowerCLI will support mainly for vSphere, that means server virtualization, storage virtualization, virtual SAN, and network virtualization, VMware NSXT data center. These three and all we are already aware. But what VMware is saying with this latest version is not only specifically to the VMware, vSphere, vSAN, and NSX, and it will also support it for other VMware products. That products include, you can also run the VMware PowerCLI commandlets for specifically for site recovery manager, mainly for disaster recovery purposes. services, and we can also use it for HCX, other product. Even HCX also supported for PowerCLI commands. HCX means hyper-converged extension. Suppose if you want to migrate your data center, all your workloads from one location to another location. For example, I want to migrate my workloads from India to Singapore location or India to any of the other country location, EMEA region or Americas region. That time we can use this tool. VMware HCX and Horizon, VMware Horizon also we are aware that this is one of the desktop virtualization product. Even this product, so all the environment we can access using PowerCLI. And another one is VMware Cloud Director. This is also mainly for to manage the multi-tenants with automation functionalities. And VMware Hybrid Cloud product, which is VMware Cloud on AWS. So this is also supported for PowerCLI commands. And another one, vRealize Operations Manager. This vRealize Operations Manager, the latest name is Aria Operations. This is also supported for PowerCLI. And the last but not least, VMware Cloud Services. This VMware Cloud Services is come up with only with vSphere Plus license. If you have vSphere Plus license, we will get the access to the VMware Cloud Services. Okay, so all these VMware products are officially supported for PowerCLI commandlets or commands. Okay, and another key point is PowerCLI 12.7 with improved multi-platform support, NSX and virtual SAN improvements, and SRM and HSX performance optimization. This is a major changes when comes with this latest version. Okay, they're given a multi-platform support, and also there are some improvements in NSX and vSAN, and also some enhancements specifically for the performance optimizations for SRM and also the HCX product. Okay, so hope you clear about PowerCLI and how to install on Windows platform. Even for offline also pretty simple. Just let me connect to our remote system. See that now the command is completed. So completed means it's already verified. Now if you want to verify the commands, for example, in our previous slide, I shown you the few basic commands. Suppose get PowerCLI version. If you want to run it in our system, just type the command get PowerCLI version. If you press tab, you will get it the automatic command, enter. See, it is saying that command was found in the module core. Okay, is there any typo? Okay, module could not be loaded. So what it is saying is we have to run this command to load this module. So just copy this command and run it here. So that once this module is installed, I think it's accidentally copy the previous one. Let me type this command manually. Import hyphen module and space VMware dot vim automation dot core. Okay, enter. Okay, maybe it may require some modules to run this command. Okay, in the meantime, suppose if we want to verify whether these modules are loaded completely in our system or not, just go to the C drive program files, refresh. We can see all the VMware modules are downloaded here. Even offline also the same method of installation. We can just go to this website, download this zip file 101 MB and extract and copy all those files to this module folder, and then you can import it. Okay, as simple as that. So we got the idea, and also to verify the module information, again go back to the command and type the command get hyphen module. When you type get hyphen module, we'll see the modules are installed here, and we can see Microsoft PowerShell, and along with this we can also see one of the modules should be PowerCLI module. Maybe its loading is taking a time. Let me see here. Okay, let me close and reopen because already downloaded. Now right click here, reopen. Now check the command get hyphen PowerCLI version. Okay, still the module is not at download. Module was found, but we have to import it. So it says that cannot be loaded because scripting is disabled. So as I mentioned, when the script is disabled, we need to copy this command, set execution policy all signed. This command we have to type it here. So just copy this command and again back to our lab system and paste it here. So when you type here, now it will be applicable to all so that now we can try to run the import command. When you run the import command, always run. So it is running. So this command, now we understand the importance of set execution policy. Now we can try to run the get PowerCLI version. When you run the PowerCLI version, you can see the current version is 12.7. So it's installed successfully. And to verify module now, you can type the command get hyphen module. So get hyphen em, press tab module. See, when you see here, now we can see VMware modules are already installed. Okay, if you want to find the specific VMware module, and as we know, to find out the specific module, we can copy the command for find module VMware PowerCLI. Copy this command and log into our lab system and paste it here. Let me clear the screen first and type it here. Find module hyphen name PowerCLI. When you type this command and enter, it will trying to find PowerCLI module information. I think it's taking time. I just exited this command, but we understand that the PowerCLI version is able to identify from here 12.5, 12.7, and also all the modules are successfully downloaded to C drive program files, Windows PowerShell modules folder. This is one type of verification. And another verification is we can also verify from this console. Even VMware, all modules are successfully PowerShell modules are downloaded. Okay, so we covered this point and we also covered what are all the supported VMware products version. Okay, and that's it for today. Thank you. If you're watching this video first time, please do view, like, share, and subscribe to Gnan Cloud Garage channel. Okay, and if you're already subscribed, I appreciate all your support. Bye for now.